All right, let's talk for a minute about deferred annuities. Remember what an annuity is, right? This is a contract with an insurance company that you give them a lump sum of money and they give you some sort of income, guaranteed income stream, guaranteed by the insurance company. Now, that's often backed by a state insurance guarantee association as well. But at the end of the day, it's essentially backed by an insurance company. Now, the easiest annuity to understand is an immediate annuity. This is when you give the insurance company a lump sum of money, say you give them $100,000 now, and they give you a guaranteed stream of income for the rest of your life, say $500 a month for the rest of your life. And if you die next month, well, you lost your 100 grand. If you die at age 120, they got to pay you the whole time. And so it's a nice that way, in that it's like Social Security. It'll keep paying as long as you're alive. And there is some data out there suggesting annuitants actually live longer. Now, whether that's selection bias or not is a little hard to say, but certainly what it does is it keeps you from running out of money. Now, the idea behind a deferred annuity is that it does that same thing, but on a much bigger scale. It's really can sometimes be called longevity insurance, because basically you give them the lump sum now, but it doesn't start paying out for a long time. For example, you might give them a lump sum at age 60, and it doesn't even start paying until age 80. And because a lot of those people will die between 60 and 80, right? And because people won't live that long after 80, it pays a lot more than an immediate annuity that you bought at 60. And so if you make it to 80, it starts paying you quite a bit of money every month until you die. And so it functions as insurance. It keeps you from running out of money. So if this is at all a concern to you, then this is a good thing to do with a small percentage of your portfolio to provide that insurance. If you are like some people, and you keep working for a number of years after financial independence, you probably have so much money that you don't need to do things like buy immediate annuities or deferred annuities. If you're right on the edge and you're thinking, well, I may not be leaving a whole lot to my heirs because I'm going to need that money, these are more the people that annuities make sense for, right? Because with an annuity, maybe you can spend more than 4%, at least in those first few years. Most of these aren't indexed to inflation because you have the guarantee that you're not going to run out. And so don't think of an annuity like these as investments. Think of them as a method for spending your money in retirement. And so, yes, I think immediate annuities or even deferred annuities can be a part of your retirement spending plan. You have to look at the overall package, what you want to spend, what resources you have. And a lot of times it can make sense to annuitize some portion of that money. I probably would never annuitize all of it, but it could make sense for some people to annuitize as much as half of it. The strategy I think you're referring to is simply covering all of your basic needs, all of your fixed spending with fixed sources of income, right? Like Social Security, pensions, annuities. All right. So you cover all your basic living expenses with those guaranteed sources of income, and then you use the rest of your nest egg for your variable spending. If it does really well, you go on more vacations, you give more to your favorite charities or to your favorite grandkids or whatever. And that's great. But if that money dries up, if the markets do poorly, at least you have your basic living expenses covered. And that's certainly a reasonable way to approach retirement spending, particularly if you're anywhere near the edge of having enough.
My dad, your host, Dr. Dolly, is a practicing emergency physician, blogger, author, and podcaster. He is not a licensed accountant, attorney, or financial advisor, so this podcast is for your entertainment and information only and should not be considered official, personalized financial advice.